Hey guys, so recently I interviewed Hello K, who's pretty big in the VeVe community. K's awesome. He's also an OMI whale with over 55 million tokens. So we spent over an hour talking about OMI. I learned a ton and I highly recommend you to go check it out. In this video, I wanted to talk about some thoughts that came up in my mind after the interview, especially the future of the OMI tokens, how I want to take advantage of it, my strategy, the pros and cons of different OMI strategies. And last but not least, I want to talk about some exciting investment opportunities within the VeVeVerse. Let's get to it. First of all, I think it's very important that everybody set a low expectation. I know that recently mentioned in a Telegram AMA that he expects the full implementation of OUP to take 12 months. But I think we've been here long enough to know that delays always happen. We've seen what happened to cash out, to the metadata on Immutable X, to the VeVeVerse. So I think it's going to be the same this case. I think it's best to set our expectations very low. And then if they can surprise us, then it's going to be awesome, right? But what kind of delays can happen? Think about this. If you come to work tomorrow and one or two of your team members quit, those who are left behind will have to do more work, and that means deadlines will be postponed. It happens to every single business. And then you have to find somebody else, do interviews, onboard them, train them, and especially for a very complex technological product like the VeVe app, which serve tens of thousands of people and soon to be hundreds of thousands of people. That kind of job requires a lot of technical know-how. So if VeVe were to lose somebody, the new folks who come in will have to spend weeks, if not months, onboarding and training because they cannot mess anything up. Like if they mess anything up, you will see it. And the team does not want that to happen. During the interview, Kay mentioned how he usually take the timeline that the Ecomi team gives us and multiply that by 1.5 or even 2. Meaning if they say 12 months, give them 18 months. The other 3 topics that's been on my mind are actually the ceiling between investing in OMI versus investing in NFTs, the OMI to gems arbitrage, and how to spend OMI effectively. First of all, for a long time, I've always had this question in my mind, like if I have $1,000 today, should I buy a tot or should I buy 1 million OMI? Like personally, I think with $1,000, I can get a much higher return on investment from 1 million OMI compared to just one tot. But also some other people may say, oh, you know what? In a short term, NFTs might move first and faster than the OMI tokens. So if I were to buy a tot now, and if tot were to go up for some reason, then I can, take that profit and roll into OMI, and then I can get 1.2, 1.3 million OMIs instead of just 1 million. So there are multiple ways to play the market here. Guys, what would you do? I would love to get your thoughts on this. So drop a comment down below and share your reasoning so that everybody can learn from different perspectives. Also, I think when OMI to NFT is implemented, there's going to be some very interesting way to play the arbitrage game. Should you spend your fiat, buy gems, and then use that gems to buy the NFT on the market, or should you use your fiat to buy OMI, wait a little bit for OMI to potentially appreciate, because by then more people will probably adopt OMI from OUP, more tokens will be burned, those kind of factors that play into your decision. And then if you wait for OMI to appreciate a little bit, then you can actually get the collectible for a little bit cheaper. Or even like, should you spend your precious OMI, or it's more fun to watch people spend their OMIs, those tokens get burned and OMI becomes scarcer, and now your holding becomes more valuable. So there are multiple ways to strategize what you're going to do with OMI and VeVe. And I think 2023 and especially 2024, when everything is smooth and fully implemented, that's going to be very interesting and very exciting as well. During the interview, I and Kay talked a lot about the VeVeVerse, but our interview took place a few days before the VeVeVerse demo in Decon. After I saw the demo, I was so hyped. And guys, I want to make a point here. I don't like to do price predictions, and I don't listen to any price prediction, and nothing on my channel is a financial advice, okay? Going back to the VeVe Metaverse, after seeing all the accessories which people have to purchase using OMI, and all the OMIs will burn, right? Like to have a decent showroom, you need a lot of accessories. And this is not even a showroom, this is a home. So you go from decorating your bedroom, which is the showroom we have today, to the whole property with your house and the land around it as well. During the process of people setting up their house, so that they can have friends over, or they just want to show what they have, in the process, they'll have to buy a lot of accessories and a ton of OMI will be burned. And that's really good for the value of the token. I also think that buying gems from the OMI to gem pool will have a very positive impact on a token as well. And if you are not familiar with it, when people buy gems using crypto, which is crypto crypto pay-in. And keep in mind that crypto pay-in, you can use most crypto to buy gems except for OMI. OMI to gem is a whole separate feature. So when people buy gems using crypto, they will have to pay a fee in gems. Those gems will go to the OMI to gem pool, and the gems in that pool can be purchased only using OMI and at a discount. And that discount depends on the tier that you are staking within the OUP. For example, if somebody who is staking at tier 3 of OUP, that guy is going to get a 1.5% discount when he buys gems from this OMI to gem pool. So let's say he wants to buy 1,000 gems from this pool, he will have to pay around $985 worth of OMI, which at this price today is like almost 1 million tokens. And all of that tokens used to buy gems will be burned. So in that one transaction alone, that will burn almost 1 million OMI tokens. So that is just one single transaction. Think about all the transactions, all the gems purchased, that will happen if VeVe can successfully do the mass marketing. I'm not saying it will happen immediately. It may take even longer depending on how the macro and micro factors play out over the next year or two. But if NFT gets adopted within the next few years, I think OMI is in a really good place. Last but not least, I want to talk about my OMI strategy. And keep in mind that I don't know everything. I've made so many mistakes. So this is not perfect, but this is what I've been doing. For the past 6 months, every 2 weeks, I would DCA dollar cost average a very small amount into OMI. That way, I can take advantage of the dip. But at the same time, if anything were to happen, if the bear market were to continue for longer and get worse, then I still have capital to survive. So the past 6 months, every 2 weeks, like every bi-weekly check, I'll put in a very small amount, like $50, $100 to dollar cost average on OMI, and it's been going pretty nicely for me. My strategy when the OUP comes out is to stake my OMI for the whole year to redeem a golden ticket so that I can get a plot of land. So from now until the OUP is fully implemented, we have 2 years, but I wanted to start thinking about it today simply because there are so many things that we can do to prepare for things ahead of time. I've been looking at Roblox as an example. If you don't know, Roblox is one of the most successful, if not the most successful metaverse platform today. As of third quarter of this year, 2022, they had over 58 million daily active users, which is a lot. So Roblox is not like the other metaverse that fail. In Roblox, you can create experience, product, services, and then monetize it. So people have been creating games, they've been selling fashion apparels, shoes, paintings, avatars, those kind of things. And in the VeVeVerse, we'll be able to do that as well. And so that's why I wanted to look at the other cases that have been successful and try to figure out a way to replicate that success in the VeVeVerse. So one idea that I've been thinking about is, when the VeVeVerse is fully operational, I'll figure out a way, because VeVe allow us to create experience. I might create a racetrack and then have it publicly free for everybody. If you want to come race, you can do it free. And then if people want to try out and race and compete in the more advanced tracks, then I will start charging tickets. So that's one example. The other examples including creating furnitures, avatars, shoes, apparels, all those kind of things. One other example which will not work in the VeVeVerse because of the different policies and how the partners and IPs that VeVe work with want to make this whole experience family friendly. But one other example that I know made a lot of money for some folks was like maybe in the Decentraland, casino companies rented out different plots of land and then they would organize casino games essentially and then split the revenue with the landowner. I don't think it's gonna happen in the VeVeVerse because IPs like Disney and DC and Universal would want to stay family friendly. They won't allow that to happen, but it's good for us to start looking at the different opportunities and strategize today because we want to have all of our preparation ready so that when the VeVe Metaverse is a real thing, we can start executing. That is it, you guys. I hope to get some of your feedbacks and your thoughts as well. I think we are all here to learn from each other from different perspectives. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a like. Remember to check out the VeVe OMI holographic personalized card. They look amazing, they're beautiful, and they are truly one-of-one mint to commemorate your wild and wonderful VeVe journey. Last but not least, subscribe so you don't miss out on the actionable and valuable insights, everything VeVe and OMI related. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you again next time. Peace.